Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the second part of the Keep on the Borderlands. This is episode 7, I believe. And we're doing our town phase. So we're at the eponymous keep, the Castellan's Keep. I mentioned in chat that to the actual Duke himself, this place is called the Castellan's Keep because his maps were never updated with the actual owner of this keep. It was just called the Castellan's Keep. But
Nice.
once again, this is the keep run by the Blue Lions, with their sort of head captain, Yogan the Red.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're entering the Torchbearer town phase. You guys have to do a couple things first for me.
Right.
To enter the town, you must put away your arms, and you must meet the corporal of the guard. The corporal's name being Casimir, as well as their scribe, and enter your names into the big old book of, who's here in town. While this is going on, you can definitely hear it coming out sort of like somewhere past the market, or like somewhere between past the tavern and the stables. There's sort of a small crowd gathered, and there's sort of some sort of like performance or like a play is going on right now. But you can hear the sounds of like thunder and applause and like woo and clashing of like swords and things like that. And you hear like just from what you can pick up right now, you hear stuff about something that's called the Vegweir, which, I mean, it sounds like the villain of something, right? It's like
Cool.
a clash, and then like the swords rise against the Vegveer, and everyone's like, "Wow, the Vegveers!" And it's like, and they're like, "Watch out!" They're like, people are screaming at the play. It's all just a bunch of drunk soldiers who are like in the crowd, cheering and carrying on. But anyways, they're like the corporal and the scribe don't look like they're having a lot of fun. I will show you what the corporal looks like as I have a picture for them. See if this works. They have a pretty stern face. They have one of those faces where no matter how bright it is, you can't see their eyes because their eyebrows, their eyes tops are so big, their fur brows are so large, and yeah, he's just constantly smoking, and tells you guys to sign in. He doesn't say thank you for returning his men or anything like that. He's like, just take the ledger over there.
Letter sign.
Yeah, and there's a little like assistant, aide de camp scribe. That's also over here.
I was gonna ask, how is our literacy? Like, is this a thing that we're just gonna know how to do, or do we need a skill for it? I can't remember.
No, the scribe's here to help you with that, right?
Okay.
If you can't actually read or write, the scribe will just ask it. Yeah, he probably even says that, right? The scribe probably is like, oh, if you can't, if you're not good with the quill and pen, then just let me, and I'll just tell me what I'm supposed to write, and I'll do it. He looks pretty down.
Aw, poor scribe.
I think I am. Is that a specific thing, though?
No, I think it assumes the characters are literate. I think that's
okay, because I have Scholar too, so I assume that I've read some.
Oh yeah, you can
must
read it right.
You have Scholar and Lore Master and all that jazz.
Oh, I figured Lore Master, the elves might just sing everything.
I mean, they could. You also have remembering, so elves could theoretically not write anything down because they don't remember it all. But
they just hear the song once and they can remember it since it was written to a nice jaunty tune.
It's frankly a great way to remember shit. But Bryn will write in her thick draftsman style. Like, it's not quite runic. It's not like she's writing in like Dwarven runes, but it still has like the effect of the Dwarven runes, like hard lines. The nub of the pen is mushed. She says Brinstorm Collar, and of the barony of Kelvin, and then passes the pen over.
I take the pen and in like curving, swirly writing, put my name, and then like above all the letters goes like a little mark that in Elven would denote what note you say when you're reading across the name, what the lilting quality.
Cadence.
Yeah.
The scribe actually remarks when you see you're from your when you say you're from Kelvin, Grim, he actually he pipes up and is like, "Oh, you're from Kelvin too. I used to teach history at the university." And then the corporal of the guard's like, "We're not paying you to talk here, scribe." You know, and he goes back and he's like, "No, it was anthropology." Just let's back and let's.
Bryn gives like again. There's moments when she really needs to channel her Nurse Ron Swanson, but she gives that like, no, that's a good study. That's a good field to teach. Yeah, like that's legit. You're keep at it.
I wish my parents thought so.
Yeah, Linus looks faintly jealous of like the demi-humans having their fancy ways of writing, and he just like, writes Linus Lester.
It's in the Peanuts font too.
It probably is. Yeah,
it's better than Comic Sans. Elvin is Comic Sans. Oh man,
he just writes the Comic Sans. Oh no.
Oh no, you guys are good. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean they just want you to get processed right before you get in.
Right.
So as we enter the keep, there are some sort of mechanical places I've called out here because towns are different in different places. I don't typically follow that everything is available in any given town. There's like a couple there's like 8 or so options for towns, and just because we're a keep on the Borderlands,
Right.
What's available to you is a stables, which you can sleep there. But if you're hiding out from the fuzz, that's a good place to go. There's a tavern here. It's called the Brave Bone Tavern, and it's got like a skeleton arm, kind of like flexing. Right. Then there's Siren's Flophouse, which everyone calls the Sirens. Then there's the Smithery. Technically it's a guild, but for us it's the Blue Lion's Armory. It's the quartermaster, right? Provisionary post, and then there's a market square. Because there are, believe it or not, there are a few merchants from Kelvin who've come up here to try to sell things to the Blue Lions on their own and hawk their wares.
Nice.
Not listed as well. And let me know. There are some private houses here. Mostly there's private houses belonging to the Castellan or actually sort of like the bailiff of the outer marketplace rather than the inner courtyard stuff. Like they have a house over there. Just to speed up things so you're not like asking questions later on. Like the priest, for example, the priest that I mentioned earlier lives in one of those private houses.
Cool. Does anybody else come from here? Is this anybody's home city? It's not mine, I know, but
no, this is nobody's home city.
Cool. Awesome.
This was like a fortified fort back in the Thracian War.
Right.
And then no one really there now. There's just a mercenary company
Got it.
set up out here.
Cool. So what are the other procedural things we need to do? I know one of them is that we've got to, if we want to haggle, we have to specify that early on.
So I should probably call this out. Right. So the event that I was calling out earlier on is a festival.
Nice.
It's kind of a party. If anyone was afraid, you could recover for free. But that's not a factor.
Still, it's nice. It's a positive event.
Yeah.
For morale.
Okay. So there's like a specific order to what we do here, right? At the gates. We don't have any checks remaining, do we?
No, checks are gone.
Yeah.
So when you arrive at the gates, right? Your checks, you could spend them, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we have any.
No, I don't think we do.
All your food goes away. Right. Your food
All
spoils.
our fresh food goes.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I think Virgil's or Cadence's food is also trashed fictionally.
Yeah.
I still have one use of a preserved ration. I guess it's still there.
Half-eaten.
Yeah.
Half-eaten pemmican. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Right. You guys level up.
Yeah.
You can't level up twice for those who are eligible. You can only level up once per town phase.
Leave town, come back.
Yep.
All right. So what does leveling up entail for our good goods? We spend a bunch of fate and persona to do this, right?
No, you don't actually have to spend it if you already spent it. Like once you cross the threshold of fate.
But do you?
Does that make sense?
But we have a spent counters.
Yes,
right.
As long as you have already spent that amount in using it on rolls, you're eligible to level up, and all you have to do is make it safely back to town, having spent that much.
Thanks, Sage. Yeah, it's not like you need 3 and 3 in reserve to now like cash in and get rid of, right? You had to.
Okay, but if I'm spending 3 and I have 4 spent, do I get to keep the extra spent for next time?
Don't erase.
Yeah,
the
don't
spent.
erase them. They're cumulative. Yeah.
Oh, don't erase any of them.
Yeah. Nothing changes. You just say, "Oh, I spent 3 fate and persona? Cool. If so, I go to level 2."
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I garbled that explanation, so thank you all. Okay.
Gosh, where do I?
And then the only thing you do is you change on your sheet. If you look under in the middle column, the 5th one down, it says level.
Mm-hmm.
We'll change that to 2, and then you'll get one of the you get two choices as an elf. I think I have to double check.
Yeah, you do. You have your option of either improving your caster level, or the option called Wilder, which I will explain in just a second. Wilder means you would get a +1 to wilderness camp rolls, which would also add 1 to the camp events for rolling in wilderness camps. So camping outside, you're good at.
Nice.
I kind of feel like that really fits in with my scouting, survivalist, pathfinding role.
Yep. Your other option is to carry on that magic train. More magic.
That magic train sounds like a 80s or 70s song. So,
Yeah.
That magic train.
The question is, do you want to be Galadriel or Aragorn? Right. Like
Right. I think I'll Aragorn it up a little bit.
Okay.
So that's under level 2 benefits.
Yes, it is. That's good. Just keep in mind, I'm probably not going to remember that you have that. You need to remember that. Just feel free to ask me, does it come into effect, right? I'm not requiring you to know exactly when it should happen, but I'm not going to probably remember that. So it's always important for you to call out those extra little perks that you get.
And it's during any camp phase is when it comes.
Exactly. That's cool. What about everybody else? Where's everyone else leveling up?
I can prepare one more first circle spell.
Nice.
You're not getting the neophyte?
No, neophyte is just the level title. I don't get choices.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get to prepare one more spell, and if I can find my mentor, the cook, he will scribe a spell into my spell book. Maybe it's his recipes that he's written down serving all these kids, but he's not here anyway. So all I get is that I can prepare 2 of the 3 spells I know now, unless I manage to hunt down somebody to learn a new spell from.
Nice. What spell does Cadence know?
Arcane Bolt, right?
Eldritch
Dart.
Eldritch Dart. Yeah. So theoretically, Cadence could make a scroll of that, and you could then scribe it in your spellbook as well. You can't directly spellbook to spellbook, but I think you can.
Yeah, and you can do scroll to spellbook.
Well, that's pretty good for you, I think. It'd be better for you than me, because right now it doesn't do much for me. But Arcanist skill replaces an attack action skill.
Yep.
So I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. In a fight or drive off conflict, you can use your arcanist rather than in lieu of fighter.
Right.
Yeah. What's your fighter, Linus?
I don't think Linus has fighter.
I believe I do not have fighter.
So yeah, you could use Arcanist instead of fighter if I make a scroll for you. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh, I could learn. I set a goal of finding somebody I could learn a scroll from, and they were right here beside me all along.
Who knew? I think we kind of forgot that. I did.
That would actually be pretty useful for me. I don't have a whole lot of ways of hurting people. And Linus, despite making a lot of new friends, has also figured out there's a lot of people who need to get smacked upside the head.
Yeah.
So maybe you're the person that'll actually make my town super easy. All like I don't have conditions to do, so I'm just gonna like hang out in town and scribe. That would work
Man,
for me.
I came up with such a cool thing for you.
I think I may still look for somebody because eventually we're gonna come back here again, and I'm gonna want something other than like the one spell that Caden's.
Caden's like, I was one. Yeah,
makes sense.
So I think I probably will still look for somebody because I've got the resources to do it with. But
yeah. I am taking. Dwarves have the choice of either taking armor. You train in heavy armor. Armor and shields don't count as a factor for you. Or shrewd. Dwarves are shrewd hagglers. You can make a haggler test during your town phase and without raising your lifestyle. So it's like it sort of treats hagglers like an instinct thing. But I would totally go for it. But I think haggler is really Basil's jam. I don't have. I don't have haggler trained, and so I think you're going to be the one to do it. So I'm going to go with armored, and in the event that I ever do get some heavy armor.
Well, maybe we can buy some.
Right.
Like that would be. You're like our, tough upfront.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had a little slice of life of this place to describe for a second.
Oh.
So while you guys are walking down these the dirt. Heavily trodden. And it's pretty muddy, actually, like it rained here pretty recently. You notice that the people who are kind of in charge are all kind of wearing very nice armor, and the rest of the soldiers are kind of all wearing like leather or hide, or just a breastplate. Everyone, like the actual like foot soldiers, are not doing very great. And a few of them kind of remark, being like, "It's always funny that the ones with the best armor are also the ones farthest away from the fights."
Yes.
Yeah, that's that. I'm like, yep, man, at the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's all I had. That's
good. Nice. I love it. So we have some somewhat disgruntled soldiers that aren't being paid very well.
Yeah. Part of that is this. They're voluntold to go to this. Mandatory fun.
Yeah.
Festival.
Nice. This mandatory fun festival. I don't know. Seems like it's a decent festival, at least.
Yeah.
Sounded like.
They're actually enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But except for the ones who aren't, who are griping, because they're like they can't do it because they're on watch, right?
Nice.
So, anyways, back to leveling up.
So, as a cleric, when I level up, I gain the ability to cast a spell other than Fury of the Lords of Life and Death.
Right.
Yeah.
Turn undead. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it says that I do this meditation during either during camp or a town phase that's not interrupted by disaster. Should we just wait till the end of the town phase for me to make that roll, or do I do that now that I've leveled up and I'm capable of doing it?
So it requires when you wake up, I think you do a ritualist test or something like that to
it's
get your
a
skills.
theologian.
I'm sorry.
Cleric.
Yeah.
Hold on. There we go. It's a theologian.
Okay. All right. Right, but then you have to like request a spell.
Right. Well, what I do, I was just reading through this. I make the roll to determine if I'm able to get spells, and then I choose the spell.
Right.
The obstacle is the same no matter what.
Right.
The obstacle is 8 minus my will.
Well, this is what I bring up. The reason why you shouldn't wait till the very end here, Epi, is because there's actually a minor factor, and I only saw this because I read the book today.
Nice.
If you try to learn your spells in the shrine to your respected god, you get additional 2 dice to your roll.
So that is another interesting question.
Right.
I am unaffiliated.
Yeah, that's really weird. You can't be a cleric of an unaffiliated god. It doesn't work that way.
Oh, you can't. Oh, so I need to be affiliated. So I need to.
I mean, you do have a big thing on your chest. We might have to go to like a.
But I don't think unaffiliated means not affiliated with a god, because
you're neutral.
There's clerical spells that are
unaffiliated.
All 3 alignments, including unaffiliated. I mean, there are unaffiliated gods.
Unaffiliated is neutral alignment, basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
okay. I'm sorry. I just always used kind of the term unaffiliated being not with a god. I forget that it's unaffiliated is the alignment in this one.
Yeah.
My bad.
So where are they? But yeah, if they're what are the? I think there's some issue where you can't have a majority of your spells.
Yeah,
from a
it
different
says
alignment.
if the majority, and I'm only going to get one spell, so we're going to know right away.
Yeah.
If the majority of the clerics' memorized prayers differ from the cleric's alignment, the GM should apply a cumulative +1 factor to the theologian test to memorize prayers.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is
Basically,
weird
your god's
because
favor.
it sounds like I roll before I choose. I guess I choose.
Yeah, I think you must choose because
Yeah.
you're choosing outside of your god's favor.
Mhm. Yeah, you're basically calling upon your god to be like, give me the power to do this thing. Right?
So many options.
In a way that, oh, great and mighty, immortal Lord, please imbue upon me and my pure, weak, feebled, one single mental slot vision, clarity of will to strike my enemies down.
But can it also
create
be
a great
like
feast or whatever?
it can be outside though of the normal types of spells that god would give you, which is like a bit weird.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
that
you're
you'd be
praying,
asking
you're
for that.
offering, you're asking for something, right?
You're like, look,
Yeah.
I know it's not your jam, but I do need to raise this dead guy.
The alternative, is that gods behave as HMOs. And they're like, I'm sorry, that spell's not in the preferred plan.
Your plan.
Yeah.
Mhm. You're like, actually,
that's an out of network god. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, I can't help you. It's not covered.
Okay, so that is all very interesting. Well, I'm just going to choose one and go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
What's
It's gotta be level 1 though.
Yeah. It's going to be.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is there a shrine? Is there an unaffiliated shrine here? Some sort of nature shrine that I can go to get that bonus?
What is the priest that they spoke of? I mean that's
no. Unfortunately, not really. The
Sure.
priest. The priest here is a priest of battle, specifically. I think I mentioned them earlier, like early on, like the first episodes, like Baldric the Bold,
Yeah.
Right.
god of mercenaries, and specifically this one is drunken mercenaries.
Cool.
The idea, like literally like liquid courage kind of stuff.
Yeah. So, okay. So I'm going to go with an unaffiliated one then.
Cool.
Sure.
And, I can make scrolls of these things.
You can. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many good
So
ones.
many options.
No.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Okay. So what I'm going to do
Only
is
a
I'm
law
going to
shrine
do
here.
the best blessings of lords of light and darkness, which is unaffiliated, and I can either create light or darkness with it. That seems useful enough. So the obstacle is 8 minus my will, which is 3, which is great because that is also what my theologian is. So
What happens if you fail the theologian? Do you not get a spell, or
no, it's the usual Torchbearer thing. Either I don't get it, or the GM applies a condition and allows me to get it.
Got it.
So,
But I don't think there. Yeah.
Either I actually choose the spell, or that. So
all right. So 3.
right.
So you can
maybe
just be like, no, you actually also get Eldritch Dart.
You know what?
That's not a clerical. Yeah.
I think I am quite literally touched by the gods, and I think I want to apply that
You totally should apply that
to this role here.
I mean, that's your trait, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something here. Where are you praying when you do this? Because there is no neutral shrine to go to.
Right. So there's got to be like a garden somewhere, and if there isn't, I'll go to the stables and like commune with the animals there.
Okay.
The lower and baser animals, the better.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna make this roll then.
Hang out with the fleas at the flop house.
What?
Look at
What,
that.
Epi? Epi, how?
Oh wait, how?
Why'd you roll 7 dice?
Oh no. Okay, I see what the problem was. I filled it out. I was talking in the middle. Erase it. I'll do it again.
Okay.
I know. I was
Doesn't
like,
count.
yeah.
I was like, how did I do that? All right. So
Wait, I succeeded at a test. I never succeed at tests.
You should just keep the first 4 dice, Epi, and then
Yeah.
No, reroll the whole thing.
I'm just kidding.
I know what I did. I stopped in the middle of filling this form out while I was talking, and then there we go.
Ooh.
Well, nice.
Perfect.
So you barely get it.
Yeah, you got it by the skin of your
So
teeth.
yeah, no, I think I know why you barely get it. I think you're getting a little bit of heartburn, like where that scar is, right? Like, and it's like you're
Nice.
trying to like talk and pray, but this thing is really like bothering you. But yeah, and you get it. So who is your god that you worship?
Well, I think I'm going druid-esque, so I'm going to be like
Just the
nature and whatnot.
primordial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to just write the spell here
Yeah,
so that we don't forget it.
Right. You get the feeling that good, because no, like nature. So I guess quote unquote nature gives you this spell, but also makes it pretty clear in your heart of hearts that this brand on you is also a blight on this soil, like around it, and wants it like cleansed. It doesn't want this here. It's killing. It's killing me. Right.
Aw.
Oh.
Yeah.
We'll see who wins that.
Yeah, I like the idea of you do this, and afterwards, like you see that there's like a circle around you of like the hay, and it's just like that's wilted and withered,
Yeah.
and the horses are like kind of shying away.
Yeah. There's a little bit of like black vein coming from your scar around where the scar is on you.
Nice.
Like it's literally looks like it's like venomous on you, right? Like your body is now trying to like attack this, and it's like it's like giving you these like weird kind of like bruise looking shapes around this thing, like it's trying to attack the scar on you.
Nice.
Excellent.
I'm glad I
It hurts. It's not great. It's not great. It's not
the
a good place to
symbiote
be.
is trying to take over. is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's
Excellent.
fine. Great work.
That's good. Those are fun things.
That doesn't cost anything to do.
Yeah. Epi, I think if you want us to haggle, you got to do that now, though, before we do any
Selling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, then another roll. Let's see if I can sneak another 7 dice past.
Yeah.
All right. Who's helping?
Right. So I should. You are haggling here, so just so everyone
Right.
knows, the way haggling works in this game is that it's used as one group roll at the start. It's before you sell everything. It's trying to avoid the idea of everybody rolling persuasion tests or haggle tests to the market and be like, no, this, believe me, this armoire is really nice, kind of stuff, right? It's all trying to get it done out of the way early. So, this will add 1 to whoever the role person's lifestyle cost is. Actually, it shouldn't be everybody's because you're helping. It's just the one person.
I think it's just the person making the roll.
The person making the roll.
Yeah.
You're going to eat this extra additional cost to it.
Sure.
And this place is a because it's not necessarily listed. But both of the things that are equivalent are OB3. This is an OB3 test to haggle.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, do you know if the sheet has a place to record lifestyle? I don't see one.
Ooh, no. If it doesn't, that's
So,
disgusting. You just have to put in the notes or something.
Yeah, so we're gonna all have to know every time you do a thing. Most things do raise your lifestyle by something. Haggle-
You're like basically debt while you're in town.
yeah.
Yep. I will let everyone know what that don't forget to mark the lifestyle thing, but also have your book open. It'd be cool too, but just so chat can follow along too.
Yeah. So Epi, you're cool with if you're gonna do this, you're gonna get a lifestyle hit, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
I'm good with that. I've got
Yeah, I'll help with Persuader. When we go in, I mean, Bryn tells them. Like I think she carries on the conversation with Casimir's scribe, and generally like kind of makes it known that she knows Corin and Hugo, and that we got them out of there, and like this is a guard camp, and like we rescued a couple guards, so they should take care of us. They should help. They should, hook a dwarf up, right? Anyway, so I'm helping with Persuader.
Okay.
nice.
Are wises a thing I can help with as well?
Totally.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I have Elven Craft Wise. So first, I check around to make sure our guard friends aren't within earshot. And then I start talking about all of the
Valuable.
as a top.
Robot
Won't
voice.
see another one like him through. Oh, I went robot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was trying to do elf. I was going for elf.
Elf,
Not robot.
The internet had other ideas.
Fine.
That's actually what Elvin sounds like. It sounds like
No.
internet connectivity
Yeah.
problems.
The internets have gone. The elves have returned to the Far East where they have dial-up.
Yeah.
Like we said, it's a 5-day ride to Elfland, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
there's some latency.
So yeah, I just talk up the lovely Tiara.
All right. So it's 2.
Yeah. Oh
Is that it? Should I give this roll then, or?
no, I'm sorry. I'm taking that
Uh-oh.
back.
Oh, no.
I'm giving you a helping die, but I've like, why am I not using this wise? Of course I'm using this wise. I'm using shrewd appraisal wise. I'm like,
Oh,
that stuff,
yes.
right? Like I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that stuff is, this coin is ancient. It's from the old empire. This stuff is worth more than its value. And now those old leathers, they've been sitting out being tanned. I Persuader would be totally applicable, but I'd rather use a wise because it'll
Yeah.
advance. Yeah, totally using shrewd appraisal wise. It doesn't materially make any difference to you though.
Yeah, and I'm not great with people. I don't have any relevant skills, so
You're
luck.
always asking people to cut their hands and offer up their blood. All right. I'm going to make the roll then. And you say it's ob 3?
Yes. Oh, easy. That's actually really good.
What?
So,
Oh, wait a minute. If I do better, do we do better? Because there are just
3 6s in
3
that.
6s there.
Again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it then.
5
oh,
dice
you
and
mean-
5 successes.
right.
Wow.
So,
Like,
so you're
margin
asking
of
whether or
success.
not that there's a margin of success?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. All right.
Good
Good
question,
roll,
though.
Effie.
So here's what
Yeah.
happens at your success here. Successfully rolling to haggle means that you're going to roll 3d6 on the haggling events table. Because you succeed at your haggle roll, you can either accept the result of the 3d6 table or take one higher.
Nice.
Should you have failed your test, then you would subtract the margin of failure from your result, but you do not add the margin of success to your result.
Got it.
That's-
All right.
Higher numbers are always better.
Yeah.
Should I just roll a 3d6 right now?
Yeah, /R 3d6. Be fine.
Oh, not 3d5. Why would I do that to myself?
9. Okay, so here's your option. You can choose between 9 and 10. 9 is a hard bargain. When buying something at the market, you may take an extra item for the same price. That's what 9 is worth. What 10 is worth is thriftiness. Add 1 die to resources for your lifestyle tests, which is paying the bills.
Right. Should we go with that one? It seems like it's better just because it's higher. I don't know enough about this system here to
I
decide.
don't know enough about what we want. Do
Yeah.
these rolls? Do these affect? Does this affect everyone, or does this just affect Basil? I thought it affected everybody, but now that I'm reading it, it makes me think it may only be the person who does it.
Rather than make individual tests, make one haggler test against the town.
Mhm.
I think it applies to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you sure it doesn't mean individual, like each? So like, don't make individual tests each time you are doing it, but it's still referring to like you as making one test and not everyone.
So.
I don't know.
I think it affects everybody. I'll look it up while you guys are doing stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're far from paying our bills. So
If it affects everybody, I think thriftiness is way better.
Yeah, let's do that then. Let's.
okay.
Unless
Look, I'm willing to retroactively, allow you guys, to change something should it doesn't work that way.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Then we'll go around and be like, no, hold on to your cash, because as we know, we like carrying stuff around. Excellent.
Cool.
So do we go shopping now? Is that what happens?
Yeah, we can go. We can go to the market to buy stuff. We can go to the tavern, and in the tavern you can do a bunch of things. You can drink. You can hear rumors. You can tell
Well, we should.
tales.
Yeah, and we also can get our payment from Jaroslav at the.
Yeah, Jaroslav said he'd have his payment for us at the market.
Yeah.
And we can also go to the guild hall. I don't think we can go to the guild hall until Jaroslav gives us a pass, but first.
Here's actually how Haggler works.
Okay.
I found it. So it's actually talking about individuals when it says rather than making individual tests, make one haggler test against the town. They're talking as an individual adventurer rather than make individual tests for each thing you want to buy.
Yeah, so each one of us could make a test versus the town.
Yeah,
Right.
but haggling is always done individually, which means there's no help on haggler tests.
Okay. So that changed all of that.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
So let me go back and re-roll again. I'm just re-rolling
we're gonna
night.
rewind.
Yep. Yeah. All the rolls.
There's no help, but choosing to haggle. You have
So
committed
it
to
turns out
haggling.
I was playing correctly
Yeah.
the entire time.
Oh well. I mean, then
Just
again,
by being awkward socially, I was the most helpful, or like
Yeah.
the most.
You did it. You did it right.
I only asked that. I only asked that we do it right because I do want to make this trying to make it a fair enough actual.
Well, that's
That's
a
a 6
different
though.
result.
That is a different result, but that is a fate. Do you
Okay.
have- yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I can spend
I mean,
fate.
you could say it. You could. I would allow bandit wise because all capitalism is theft, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'm just kidding.
Oh,
I actually kind of.
Which is the persona thing for bandit or for wises? That's
It's
your-
of course rather than
Deeper understanding.
deep understanding.
Yeah.
and so the of course is that the one you re-roll
All failure.
all your failure?
yeah.
Oh,
What does that look like? Yeah. What does that look like in an haggle test?
Yeah. So
Let me set some stakes, right?
sure.
Oh, you're the one with the weird scar that everyone's talking about. No. Yeah, sorry. You're paying full price here, bucko.
All right. Well, of course, I need a stronger arm to do this. So we're gonna go to our bandit days, and instead of being like it should be this or it should be this, I am going to try and be more forceful and like lay my mace down on the table in front of me.
Yeah.
And
Blood-soaked mace that you
Yeah.
have.
lean in close and just try and pull off a bit of an intimidation here. All right. So
All right.
I'm gonna
Oh,
spend a
so you
persona.
are inhabiting the bandit here.
Yeah.
You are embodying the style of a bandit.
Yeah.
He's trying to out bandit the bandits.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I am a bad one. So you're gonna pay right. Yeah.
So
You're
so I
take care of me
re-roll
so I
those
leave
ones.
soon.
Yes.
Roll 2d6.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sorry, were you saying the scary, creepy guy gets a worse deal?
Yeah, I know. That's exactly what.
Oh my god! All right,
Right.
neither one are successes.
Right.
But I can spend a fate to try it. That's a fool's errand, though. I'm not going to do that.
Wow,
I mean,
that sucks.
But it's just a 1 in 12 chance.
If you have another wise, you could technically roll a fate to re-roll another one of those, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I do
yeah.
not. Okay, I'll spend a fate to explode this. I'll spend a
Yeah.
fate to explode.
Okay,
this.
remember to make it explode, you can get /R 1d6 exclamation point
Oh right, yeah.
or greater than 4 exclamation point. It doesn't matter. It does the same thing. Town to town, town, town.
Oh, I got one success.
You got one
You
success,
got
and the other one
one
failed.
more.
You got a 6, and
Alright.
it
That's
explodes.
okay. I only have a -1 to this roll.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
So
true.
now you
now
roll.
should I roll that 3d6?
Yeah, roll 36 again.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? You could theoretically roll better. -1.
No, I
Oh,
cannot.
Oh my god. They literally, the goldsmiths are closed to you on this trip to town. Your party may not cash in gems, jewelry, objects, or similar items. You are they curse you out of town.
Well,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
that changed dramatically.
Oh.
Not have any. So yeah.
We do too. We have that tiara.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't say we didn't. I said I don't have any.
Oh yeah, you don't have any.
You may not, as long as you have, you may not cash in gems, jewelry, objet d'art,
All right.
or in
Who else
similar
wants
items.
to haggle?
Yeah.
You know how it goes for you.
No,
yeah.
that makes sense. They're like, they actually like, priest, like this. And actually, there is a cowed lady and her two acolytes, her two silent, stiff acolytes, come over. This lady is, do you think? I mean, if you play Darkest Dungeon, they very much do kind of look like the Vestal. I have a picture of her. I have her face. You can look at for a second. Let me pull it over. There she is. Her name is Sarika.
I'm not seeing.
Are you not seeing this?
No,
When I hit show to players.
On roll 20?
Oh, jeez.
Let's say on roll 20.
All
Sorry.
right, hold on.
Yeah, I actually just switched over to Twitch to see if
Oh,
There it is.
There we go.
There we go.
Oh man, so you didn't see the other guards either? Oh crap, guys.
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Because I
I didn't know that.
thought I was doing something wrong.
All right.
There's
All right, so there's the corporal, right? I'm sorry, I have all these sweet artworks that I'm not showing you.
Oh,
I'm
the
as-
corporal.
yeah.
Yeah, I recognize that corporal.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah.
I mean,
so
the
anyways,
good news was I'm sure
she's-
Twitch saw it because
yeah, Twitch.
it's the screen. So
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So this lady, she has she's pretty she's a pretty mixed. You can tell immediately that she's part Trollodarin or Trollodan as well as Thasian, just by like she has like the Latin or like Roman-esque of Thasian eyes and like this like nice bronze skin and like a scar. She's pretty. I want to say that she's like kind of like she while being like pretty like middle age or so, like she's definitely seen like war, but she kind of carries herself very well, and blazes on her chest the symbols of Baldric the Bold, and comes over and it stands kind of like a bouncer and it's like, oh, so you're gonna make a mess over here, eh? And is actually probably wants to talk to you.
All right.
I've been hearing words about what you've been doing, and
Have you
she,
now?
yeah, and she kind of like stares you down.
I actually think I am going to be a little cowed here, and like I've been going around with this thing, not like completely showing, not like a full Burt Reynolds, but like but now I've just been like tidying this up, and I have my actual holy symbol out, and but I'm not trying to deceive her. I'm just trying to be a little meeker and a little.
Right. So I think what you're trying to tell me is that that's an unwelcome scar, right?
Yeah.
And that
Well,
you're
here, right?
and that you're a member of the good faith, right?
Oh, I see.
are we all? I know we can't help with haggling, but are just sort of ostensibly like, are we present?
Probably not.
Okay.
Unless Epi might be able to bring somebody.
Well, no, I mean, I can just, I will say this to you, Epi, and you can decide whether or not this is something that would occur to Basil or not. But like, we definitely got this, like, as a result of going to the caves to try and clean them out. Like, this wasn't like something where we're like, cool, evil god, come here.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. So I'm
know.
gonna be like, it's an unexpected scar.
Right.
There are things that can be found within those caves that I intend to explore and bring to light. With an emphasis on light. There,
yeah, no. She smirks, and I think she tells you. 1 second, let me make sure I get the right names. Yeah, listen, Gabriella the merchant. I can't do anything to help you there, but she actually comes close to you and pulls up her own sleeve and unbuckles her armlet, and there's a similar scar on her.
Interesting.
Says, I know what it's like. I got this down at after the battlefields, chasing down some ghouls that decided to eat some of our comrades that we just laid to rest. And like these, like I was tracking him down through some fell woods, and she goes on and describes this this old keep belonging, and she calls it some queen used to live here. It's like outside this manor, and after I dispatched him and stuff like that, I tried to I prayed to Baldric, but it sometimes some things just can't leave you. I know.
You have stories to tell. Can I buy you a drink?
Yeah. She puts her arm around you and says,
Excellent.
"Yeah, let me show you this place, adventurer." Right?
Wow, way to turn that around.
Yeah, and the other two. Well, it's just like, it's actually kind of a kindred spirit. She was hoping it was a kindred spirit, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'm gonna have to bash this idiot's face. And it's like, oh wait, no. Oh, cool. Because like he's like, look, I'm really sorry about these people. They're super, like, they don't get it. They don't really know things like we know them. And like, excuse me, but my two friends have to come along, but they have vows of silence until they're sworn initiates.
That is much the better.
You can't boast as a Baldric, a priest of Baldric the Bold until you're sworn in.
Right.
Right. And trust me, once that happens, they won't shut up. And they say this one's named Lorva, and the jokes, let me tell you, dirtiest jokes. And anyways, and then
I
it cuts
eagerly
off.
await
Yeah,
that
cuts off to the bar. And then what's everyone else doing?
Nice.
How does
I recommend
the
haggling.
Scroll? Oh yeah, I'm gonna haggle.
It goes well for you by turn
Right.
by turn 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just open up haggling. No, I won't do that.
Yeah,
Use your nature.
Just 4. What I want to do is do magic with Linus.
I mean, I just need to copy. I believe. Okay, so I was looking at this. There's not an entry in town or basically anywhere for copying a spell into a spell book as an activity, but doing a scroll is one resource.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm.
I would argue you have to go to either. I mean, a tavern seems like it's pretty rowdy and not the place to do it. But if you go to the flop house, maybe you can do it. Like,
sure. So I'm planning on staying at the flop house anyway.
Yeah.
So Linus basically has a very quiet time planned of. So first, since Cadence brought this up, I'm happy to scribe from Cadence. But the things that Linus is going to do, he's going to look for somebody who has spells. He's going to scribe a spell either from Cadence or that person, and he's going to hang out at the flop house. And that's my time in town. So
okay,
I guess maybe it makes sense to do my circles to try to find a suitable person to learn to copy spells from first, because that determines if I have anything to do with Cadence at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So like basically ask around using your circles.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna ask around with my circles for like somebody who has written spells. I don't think Linus is all that much more picky than that, actually. So like,
Do you know any spells? Because I know like 3. So
yeah, like
as long as you know
if
anyone
have
besides
a
those
written
3.
spell, I'm good.
You wouldn't have any leads, right?
I don't think so. Like he doesn't have a whole lot of contacts. All his schoolmates ran off without him. The cook from the school who he knows isn't exactly much of a magician and isn't here. So yeah, no, I think he has absolutely no leads. I think this is just straight up circles.
Yeah.
What kind of ob am I looking for here?
Let me look at the factors for circles for this test. I imagine it's actually going to be pretty hard because
I'm guessing it will be.
pretty remote. Do you know what page that's on? It's not the skills, right? It's probably before skills.
It's probably
Here's circles. You're finding
40-ish, right? Or 130.
character. You don't have a reputation yet.
The
searching-
circle's
you're
one of the
searching for
things you
someone.
can't.
Someone,
help
so you're looking for someone in, I mean, would you say that you're looking for someone in a position of power? Someone out. Okay, so you have position, someone part of the life, someone outside of the life, someone in a position of power. Level, you're looking for a lower level, your level, higher level, or attitude, willing to listen, willing to help you for a price, or willing to help your cause.
Which page is this on? So I can...
I'm sorry, 135.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That'll make it easier for me to remember all these choices.
Right.
Okay, so searching for someone.
Yeah. These characters stand in a mentor or provide information or run errands, but they do not adventure with the group.
I think someone who's part of the life is actually fine. Like if it's another adventure, that's fine by me.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think it has to be at least my level or higher because I'm.
Yep.
Well, I guess actually technically they could be lower level because I'm just. A first level person would still have first circle spells, and I am only looking for first circle spells.
Yeah.
So I'm at this point actually okay with them being lower level. I don't need it to be anything fancy.
Okay.
So far I'm keeping it easy. And willing to help for a price, I think, because I need them to do more than just listen. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, ob 4.
Okay.
With my circles of 3. Yeah.
Is this a helpable type of thing, or is that one of the no help roles?
No, you can help with the circles.
Yeah. How could you help me find somebody?
Well, I also have the trait curious. Can I pull that in? Like I've just been asking everyone about magic to see if there was.
Oh, and you're an elf, so you can like get away with it. Normally, that'd be kind of uncouth to just be like,
Yeah.
Are you a magician?
Do you have spells? You usually can't help people with traits, unfortunately. Traits.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, it's a great coloring for it, but I think you need to help with your circles.
Well, I
circles help with circles.
Okay. Circles.
Okay. I have an interesting. Okay. I think I have an interesting failure condition to this.
Mhm.
Okay. This is okay. Let's see if you succeed.
Sure. I think I will, however, use my own trait of Wizard Sight because I can get an idea of, if I see somebody on the street who looks wizardy, I can look with Wizard Sight and be like, oh no, they're just weird. Magic.
Yeah.
So I'll go for 1 there. And I can use multiple traits on the same roll, right? No.
Okay. One trait.
Dang. Okay. I think that's what I got then. And I'm looking for ob 4. Ooh, 2 successes. Nothing that I can. I guess that's where.
Can we augment it?
I always forget which things I can spend for which effect. So
I think your only options right now are to use Bookwise, either reroll 1 die or all failed dice, with Persona or Fate. So if you can bring Bookwise into it, then it's possible.
Yeah, so I was just trying to. The better one is Persona, so that must be the reroll all the failures one. Okay, cool. I think I can angle Bookwise into this because I am basically looking for another person who's Bookwise. It's like the way that you see somebody in a bookstore and are like, you can tell that they have similar taste in books by like what they're browsing or something. Right. So I think he's Bookwise in the sense of like he's always like at first he's not finding anybody, and then he starts looking very carefully at like the things that people are reading in, like, I guess a coffee shop's kind of anachronistic, but like in the tavern or whatever, and starts to try to figure out, oh wait, that person is reading a book on
the stars. Yeah.
The stars, like that
Yeah.
probably ties into magic somehow. So I think being bookwise there actually does help him.
Okay.
So there goes a persona, and that is 2d6.
Meanwhile, I'm just walking around the bar. You look like a magical fellow, eh? Got any
That's
magic?
2 more successes.
Hey. All right. Cool.
Wait, sorry. Yeah, 4 are successes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. For some reason, I was just all of a sudden doubting myself, and
You suddenly were playing Shadowrun. You're like, damn it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, so that was totally worth it.
Well done.
No, that's awesome, because the fairy condition would have been it's totally nothing but Cadence leading you on a wild goose chase just
Oh
to,
my
to
God,
play
I
with
just
you,
followed-
and you would be angry.
Yeah, I followed Cadence around the entire
Yeah,
time,
and
yeah.
he's just literally leading in this elaborate ruse. But no, there's another adventuring group that came up in here,
Nice.
and let's see, yeah, I guess they have all right, they have a magician with them.
Cool.
Give me 1 second. Let me just figure out who they are.
I'm gonna throw out an idea for you, if that's all right.
Sure. What's up?
This may be too coincidental, but it could be like an upperclassman from the same like wizard school or whatever that I was at, like just enough ahead of me to there's some potential.
I mean, yeah, they probably did graduate from the Specularum Academy of Magic, right?
Okay.
It's definitely the preeminent wizards college of this area, unless they like literally are from somewhere else. Okay, so let's see who they are. Okay. Sorry.
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Cool. They're a large chiseled man who.
Huh.
Let's see. That's pretty cool. Okay.
So yeah, as I'm going around harassing everyone.
Okay. All
Is
right.
that too long?
No. Well, okay. I think they are an older. They're an older gentleman who. Boy, yeah. Okay, so this is not a good group that you've found.
I didn't
this
ask
guy.
for them to be good.
I know. So this guy is. Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. This guy is also a veteran of the wars. Okay. So here's what you need to know about this, and there's it ties into the lore of the world. Okay.
Mhm.
So, at the time during the war, there's some pretty terrible magic that really fucked up the area where the Valia elves come from, where Cadence comes from. There's a couple lakes there that got completely poisoned because of to thwart enemies from having good drinking water, right?
Mhm.
And they're basically still pretty messed up waters. This guy has been studying how to do that and how to basically do poisons and toxic spells, and sort of like bad alchemical potions, like fuck you up stuff for wars and sort of like the biologic divisions for the Theatian army. And
Medieval
obviously now that the war's over, he's for hire, and he's hanging out over here.
Okay.
All right, we hire him to make poison for goblins.
Yeah. So you find a
perfect.
pretty potent, powerful mage with you.
Okay.
Hanging out up here.
So
Yeah.
um
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
Thank you, John Harper, for the people generations from Blades. This is really good.
Yeah, I was just stealing that when I was making NPCs in Agon too. I was like, these motivations work great.
Yeah. Great.
Um
So
Okay. I think
So he's probably in the market, looking at Wolf's Bane and a bunch of stuff, right?
mhm. Linus is weird.
Yeah.
So I was trying to come
Yeah.
up with a
He's holding a book on
casual
potions.
way to come
Well,
up
You got this from Bookwise, right?
Yeah.
So like obviously there's a book that you are interested in that he has in common, and it's probably about like star signs and plant growth and the effects on the human body by a treatise by the professor from the Specularum that you had.
Sure. I was just me as a person, I was trying to figure out like how would I approach a random person in the market with like a shared interest to like ask them for not exactly a favor, but like, hey, can I pay you to look at your spells? But then I realized that like Linus is not great with social skills, so he just walks up to him and like says, excuse me, could I pay you to copy a spell from your spell book? And just like no preamble, just kind of
I think I have to cut in. I say, I'm Cadence, and this is my friend Linus.
I don't know why that's relevant.
Actually, in the same breath, you both say the same thing to Cadence. I don't say this is relevant. And like a very like.
You said this guy's with a group.
Voice. No, he's alone in the market, but like
okay.
his style
he's
of
an
dress.
adventurer.
Yeah, he looks like an adventurer, with like a bandolier of sort of like vials and potions over him, like wearing like obviously like magical, like some sort of like magical creature leather armor, right? Like it's like basilisk or dragon, like some kind of leathery hide scale. This thing's got wearing like a cloak with feathers made from a rock. Like this guy is like, his sleeves are torn like from the leather. His just bulging biceps, and he's holding this book that to you is really big, but to him he's like kind of holding this book about plants and stars. And and
I'm like shocked. They both say it at the same time, and I'm like, like back home we'd like sing you'd sing your genealogies to each other before you had a conversation.
I have oddly enough found a kindred soul.
Oddly, it's right.
Right.
So I pretty much lead in like no preamble, and we probably don't use. Actually, no. I think it might even be an in-character term. Like I only need something to the first circle. Nothing too fancy. It shouldn't take long.
He's like picking up some like mandrake roots, looking at them, and then he just puts them down. He's like, "That's fine. This place has shit stuff, anyways." Another time.
From what I can tell, okay. So I feel like this is
my room, 3:30. Don't be late.
Right. Yeah. I'll do it.
It's like it's like perfect for Linus. Like this guy's just like perfect. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it comes back. He's like, "Call me Crippler."
Oh, jeez.
Goes by.
My God, this character is right out of the fucking Black Company.
Yeah, like pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Let's kind of.
Okay. I will be there. What kind of resources should I expect this to set me back? Like scribing a spell or like scribing a scroll of a spell, assuming that you have a source, is just one resource per circle. Is this going to be similar?
It's going to probably be a little bit more. He's going to charge a rate for it or ask a favor.
Okay. I can do that. I got coin to go. Got 4 gold coin and a bag of cash.
He probably right. You're right. Maybe he doesn't walk away. He would have given you a price, right? He would have said right, probably he's probably when you offers like, do you have cash?
Yeah.
Or it's like right.
Like of course I'm carrying all this stuff. Right. Like I literally have like a bag of cash on my belt that I like start to reach for, and
he's like 4 dice and the best mandrake root you have.
Just the coin. We just got back from adventure. I have no mandrake root. I mean, that seems like a pretty.
Like, yeah, no, that's fine. He's like, I fucking hate this place. Like, fine.
You're like, I have mandrake, but it's that same mandrake. I mean, you don't want it.
I the one right here. Like I got the one I got was the one that you just.
Oh God, Linus might be just literal enough that he's like your best mandrake root, and Linus turns to the market person and is like, I would like that mandrake root, please. Like it is his best mandrake root.
Yeah.
But I assume Crippler like stops him and is like, no, fine, just the coin.
Yeah, the coin is fine.
Okay. Perfect. I have 4 gold coin ready for him.
Cool. Nice. All right. Just so I hope you're cool with it. I'm gonna play a little bit with how you learn spells, or like learning a spell from the crippler is not going to be the same as learning a spell from your mentor. So far as the accoutrement, the sort of effects of you casting this spell will look significantly different than if you learned it from someone else.
Works for me.
Okay.
I will
Like
mark
it
on
doesn't mechanically. Yeah, it doesn't.
little-
Yeah, it doesn't mechanically change it. Yeah, it doesn't mechanically change the spell. Like it does. The spell works as intended. It just looks different.
Nice.
Fantastic. It looks cripply.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Just procedurally, like, because I don't think that we need to play out the actual scene where like he talks with the crippler and stuff. How do I figure out what spell I get from this guy? Because I'm happy to just like mark off the coin and write down my spell.
Right. Roll 2d6 twice. No, this guy 3 times. Roll 3 times. And those are the spells that he has available for you to copy.
6.
Mm-hmm. 2.
And 3.
Cool. Let me look at the page with the spells on them. You get those. You have those choices. So 6. You can get Supernal Vision. You can get Celestial Music, which you already have, and Thread of Friendship.
Oh, Thread of Friendship is awesome.
Okay, I'll take a look at those.
I mean, I'm assuming that ends in a D, but it does kind of sound like Threat of Friendship.
It does end in a D, but I like where you're going.
Yeah.
Threat of friendship. I will be your friend, and I'm super awkward, and I'll make all your other friends not want to hang around you. I'll never leave you alone.
The guy named the Crippler has Thread of Friendship and is going to teach it to the super awkward guy who really.
This is so beautiful. It's
this
so
is the only way I make friends.
Yeah, right. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't trust anyone. Everyone's useless, except for you. You have to believe in yourself. But when that doesn't work, I refer to this, and he like brings out this Thread of Friendship. Right.
Nice. Okay, cool. I'm gonna read up on those the spells, and you can go on to somebody else because I've now effectively done everything I want to do.
Awesome.
So can I still make the scroll, and since it's a scroll, does that mean that he can kind of use it outside of his other spells? Or
Yes.
is it okay?
Yeah,
Cool.
describe a scroll is different than learning from a scroll.
It's a town action. You can do it's one lifestyle, and you can just do it.
Yeah, that's so I'm assuming, since I'm sticking with them, that I like while they're doing their thing, I'm like over in the corner working really hard on trying to scribe the scroll for it as well. We have a nice quiet place to do magic studies.
Yeah. You have to go to the Flophouse. That's the only place that's even remotely quiet that you could do this. And that is very generous. Okay. So you check into the Flophouse?
Yeah, check into the Flophouse and get to work.
Okay. Ribba, want to scribe a scroll? I'm not gonna lie to you. I never looked up how to scribe a scroll. It's some sort of ob. Is it a ritualist test?
I think it's a scholar test.
Oh,
or an arcanist test. Hold on.
It's arcanist or scholar's not bad.
Scholar.
It's scholar. Reading, information, writing, researching, knowledge of home. I don't think it's scholar.
Well, I'm looking at on page 43, scribing scrolls.
Oh, well, then never mind.
Oh, you know what?
Scribing roll requires a scholar test. The spell must be known by the character scribing it. The obstacle to scribe a scroll is listed with a spell in each list. Oh.
Yeah, that's where it is. It's in the spell, right?
Eldritch Darts. It's scholar ob to scribe as a scroll is 2.
Okay. So can I fork in scholar then?
No, it is a scholar test, so you can't fork.
I mean, can I fork in like arcanist? I meant.
You can't. You don't. No, it's a scholar test. This isn't Burning Wheel. You can't fork.
Oh yeah. Why do I keep wanting to fork stuff?
Yeah.
I've been playing too much. Well, I should never say I've been playing too much Burning Wheel.
Right.
I've been playing more Burning Wheel than
Someone
this,
could. Yeah, there's never too much Burning Wheel. Someone else could help you with scholar, presumably.
Yes.
So,
like Linus could work with you.
I have scholar as well.
Oh, scholars all around. Mr. War.
Yeah.
that's great.
I'm helpful for all sorts of physical things, but not for scholarly things.
What do you do?
Where's my dang roll 20? There it is.
I don't know
Dice.
how we have blown through so much time. By the way, I am completely flabbergasted that it's 10:19.
I know.
So like we do need to start wrapping up for the end
Scholar
of the session.
2.
Yeah.
I have 2 scholars helping me. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just have like everyone going through and making sure that it's perfectly legible to everyone else and stuff. Like, not that I'm getting like too many swirls going. And you said it was 2 for the ob?
Got it. You're right.
2.
You scribe a scroll.
Beautiful.
It takes inventory slot.
Um,
And yeah.
okay, well, I will hold it for now.
You have a scroll of Eldritch Darts.
Neato Keen. All right, that's awesome. So far, I think that's all I want to do.
Right. I'm gonna do a couple business things. I want to go to the market.
No haggle.
No haggle.
Okay.
I want to go to the market and get paid from Jaroslav because he said he
Yes.
was going to meet us in the market.
Yes. So Jaroslav's there.
Yeah.
He's probably looking for your friends, but they're not there. But
Yep. I say Jaroslav, as we agreed, and
Yep.
Brent's pretty like
100. Yeah, it's so he's promising 100 gold, which is 5 to me. That's like 5 gold packs. Right. So like 5D of gold.
5D of gold. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So each one of those is individual. Because he's expecting to pay multiple people, right? So it's probably all like broken up into
Sure.
5. Yeah.
All right. I say I'll see that this gets to
Right.
to and you also
and-
said that you
yeah.
give us a letter mark that we
Yeah,
can,
and he pulls out from a scroll case, right, a letter signing. So this is the signatory for Jaroslav, like hereby offering, paying and waiving any the owner of this scroll, and I think he like probably names a couple of you, but then like gets down to being like weird guy, weirder guy, and elf. Like it's just like to access to the Blue Lion quartermastery. So basically, like any bills that you would incur as far as licensing and access to this stuff is be paid. He'll pay.
Nice.
Right, and he's like, I can't thank you enough. This is lovely. It's so good to be back. We thought we were dead.
It seems like his attitude has changed a bit. Like when he left, he was like, "Fuck you, fine, I'll just meet you." And now he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." I'm like,
Yeah,
why the change of? Did you just need to experience creature comforts before you regained your civility?
Look, I know I was not. My wife and I were not ourselves. We went through a lot. We're not equipped to go through that. It was.
Well,
horrifying.
I'm as terrible as it was.
Right.
It's good that we ran into each other, and I'm glad that we all made it home safe.
Him and he says, I'm heading out with an escort going down to the barony of Kelvin, at next light. So I'm glad I was able to catch up with you tonight and deliver what is awfully yours.
Me as well. And like she's kind of taken aback. She like thought this guy was gonna try to weasel out or that he was gonna keep being rude. And she's like, Jaroslav, it was good traveling with you. And she reaches out to shake his hand.
Yeah, no, he shakes your hand. It's a half-ass limp handshake. And he's like, done with that, done with everything. All right, we fucked this place.
Nice.
Like he actually just wants to leave. He's like, so excited to fucking get out of here. This was the last order of business for him.
Awesome. The only thing I want to imprint upon him is for him to know that I was a prisoner, because when I do it, the chain on the manacle
jangles of the chain
when I shake his hand.
Yeah, it's it's super uncomfortable for him, but he bites his tongue and smiles.
I just want him to know that ex-cons.
Yeah, get the job done.
Cool. Excellent. Then that was not a lifestyle to go to market.
No.
I want to how do you guys feel about the way we divide up treasure? We just sort of took treasure at random, but I don't know if you guys feel like happy, like this 5D, I'm totally split up, but
that's a good point.
I mean, I don't even know exactly. We need like oil for the lamps and some torches and food.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if getting a better weapon would help me fight better. It would be fun to have a better weapon to fight
Having
better.
a sword for you would be great because you
Yeah.
can use a sword, and swords are generally speaking way better than daggers. I mean, daggers have a one niche place where they're great against bows,
Mhm.
but other than that, a sword is a way better weapon.
Yeah.
I would love
Virgil.
some chainmail, but I don't know if that's on the
Well,
on the deck for me.
you might, you could possibly smith it if you have it. Page 41 gives you a list of all of the mechanical benefits of the various weapons. I can't tell you what an elf is proficient with. It's been too long, but you have to find that. But like, just cross check those two lists there, and see what you find, Virgil, and what you think would be beneficial for you.
I know you can use sword and bow, and they're both really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the master gear list has all the stuff. So I think while I'm there, I'm just gonna replenish our stuff. And so how many things of oil did people have before? I think we had 2.
I think I had 2.
We had 2, and then Linus, you had 2 as well.
I think I had, 2. I still have one use
Because they come in pairs, right?
Yeah, they come in. One flask has 2 uses. I think
Alright.
I had 1 flask, and I have 1 use left in my 1 flask.
Okay.
Um,
So I'm going to get. I had torches and I used them all up. So, but it seems like lanterns did better for us than torches anyway. So I'm going to get 2 sets of 2 flasks of oil, like 2 obtuse oil.
Mhm.
And I'm going to get so how are we on rations? I know I used all mine. Cadence used all his. Linus.
That's
Yeah,
1
I'm
use
out.
of preserved rations left.
All right. So I'm gonna let you fill your jug with whatever you want,
Yeah.
Basil, and I'm gonna get 3. I'm gonna get 3 sets of 3 preserved rations.
I don't have a jug anymore.
You don't. You got rid
No,
of the
that
jug?
was discarded to make room for the 8 dice of gold that I'm carrying on me right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have the least amount of gold. I mean, this is the gold I have right now is what Jaroslav just gave us.
So
But
you know,
we
I
can
don't.
go to market together. It doesn't
Which
matter.
is, I mean,
Yeah.
that's basically your share, because I have like a 60, or I don't know if Linus has
Yeah.
anything. What does Linus have?
Linus
Uh,
had
Yes,
like
he has
money
gold.
wise?
30, I think that he
Yeah.
spent.
So I just spent 4 dice of gold, and then I've got a bag of. I've got 2 dice of cash, and I've got a bag of silver, but I don't have any dice notation on it.
Yeah, me neither. I have 1 silver, but without a dice.
A bag of silver is one.
Okay.
So that means I have 7 on me right now. It sounds like we all have pretty even money.
I mean, we did before I spent a bunch of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds about even.
All right.
Okay. Well, I figure it's easier for me to just buy a bunch of supplies than us each to do them. But if
Yeah.
you guys want to individually get oil and rations and all that stuff too, we totally can. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get all the stuff, and then I'm gonna ask you to kick down cash as it's needed.
Sure.
So we're gonna get rations times 3, and then I think I'm looking at the armor and weapons that would be improvements for us, and I think a sword is ob 3, a bow is ob 3, and chainmail is ob 3, and those would all
Yeah.
be really good upgrades for us. So let's how does it's been so long, I don't remember how buying stuff,
You have to buy it individually.
but do you buy each item individually with a resources test?
Yes. Yep. So your resources is 0, so you
Yep.
can't buy anything.
Right.
So in order to buy something, you have
Spend
to
cash.
spend cash. But the first time you do that, your resources goes to 1.
Right.
So you're actually incentivized for everybody
To
to
split
buy
this up.
something, to split this up.
Yeah.
Everybody buy one thing and then help each other.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so I can
Yeah, why don't we have a market scene where we're all at market and do it this
Yeah.
all then?
Yep.
Of course,
But
we'll divvy up the money
right.
as.
How about though we do that next week because we are at 10:30.
Yeah,
this-
I'd like
this-
to
this-
be able to
yeah.
look over the item list a little
let's-
slower.
Right, let's
too.
talk. Let's be ready so we can like literally speed run this part for the start of next session.
That sounds great. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, everybody. Man, I have no idea where the time went tonight. Like it just seems crazy. It's how fast everything went.
I know, right?
Right.
We were like getting there. I mean, there was the bugbear stuff, but then town. It flew by.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Cool.
let's do some experience, right?
Yeah.
Beliefs, instincts, and goals. Epi, what about Basil?
All right. The words of true and worthy gods can be found in these caves. I think I played towards that belief, right? Like, bringing, showing off the symbol to say I'm a compatriot of the bugbears, and then also meeting up with this priestess. And
That's
Well,
true.
and you specifically, like, when meeting up with the priestess,
Fight against it.
could have backed down. Well, no, I mean, like, I actually felt like you kind of played to it in that you didn't back down as much as you could have. Like,
right.
you covered your ass a little.
But he explained.
Yeah, you didn't go
Yeah.
all the way to like, oh no, I hate this thing. Haha. You were kind of like, didn't want it, but it's here.
Yeah.
It was unexpected, and I'm going to find out more about it. It was like
Yeah.
very,
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think you even played to it in that instance. Yeah.
All right. So should I grab my fate then?
Yeah, you should definitely. You definitely should.
Always seize your fate. My goal is to get the best price for our goods while in town. Failed that
Accomplished.
one miserably.
Accomplished.
Well, you should take a fate because you certainly tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's what you
No,
get.
don't you get persona because you've resolved it. The best
Oh,
is
but
possible
no.
is 0. You failed at it. You
Yeah.
literally-
Oh,
Well,
Well, I guess it's fate,
accomplishing a
yeah.
goal earns
Yeah.
a persona.
No, it's
point.
resolving a goal, isn't it?
Oh,
no,
Oh.
accomplish.
I thought it was accomplish, but
Okay.
I mean,
uh,
I'm actually happy. Like, I kind of like it more as resolving, but
That's
yeah.
definitely
Maybe that's mouse guard,
Yeah, it's definitely burning wheel.
or maybe it's burning wheel. Yeah. Once again, that bleed. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Oh, hey.
here, I'll check on it. Let's
yeah.
keep.
Check it out.
Yeah.
You'll be winning.
And my instinct is when in combat, light the nearest torch. We avoided combat. So that's good. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's if
Put
you accomplish
quotes
your
around
goal
that
during
one.
the session, you earn a persona point off page 109.
Okay. So
Okay.
it's not accomplished.
All right. That's what I got then. Just
Okay.
that fate.
Mhm.
Next, Sage.
Okay, belief. I can find allies within the creatures of the cave. Some of the creatures here are like me. We actually surprisingly made semi out like we worked towards allyship with the bugbears at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Like
Yeah,
we made a deal to meet up with them. Like,
go kill
I
them.
don't know if we're allied with them, but we definitely weren't their enemies.
Like-
Like it's
I
No.
played the belief. It's not a goal, so I didn't have to like actually make allies, but I certainly played towards that belief. And I did my part to try to forge that. So I think that's a fate point there.
Yeah.
My goal: find someone with a spell I can learn. Not only did I find the trivial case that I was walking around with somebody with a spell I could learn, I first I was like, well, I guess that shouldn't have been my goal, but I actually think it's a very Linus thing to be like, oh, I guess I have friends. But I also found Crippler, so I accomplished a goal, persona for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And my instinct actually didn't come up this time. Maybe I do need to think about changing it because nobody asked for a volunteer, so I did not step up. But that's fine. I forget the order we're doing it in. Sean, I
I'm
think.
up next. Yeah.
Yeah.
My belief is sometimes the traditions of old yield true, but I won't let centuries of hate rule my action. I very much played to that. I wanted the bugbears to be peaceful with us, and they were. So, but even if they weren't, I put it out there. So I feel strong on that one. Goal: I will meet the Castellan, Yoga in the Red, and gain a commission from them. I tried. I talked to Hugo, and they said, "Yeah, we'll introduce you," but we just didn't get that far. I was going to make a circles test to try and do it as finding someone, but so I think I worked towards it with Hugo, but I didn't actually do it.
That's fine.
So take a fate. And then Instinct, when confronted with a new monster, first try to negotiate. That's super did. It was a free test.
Yeah, absolutely. I forgot. Yeah, and it was a free test. That's super good.
Yeah. So 3 fate.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Virgil?
All right. Belief was I'm a true adventurer. Elves are made of sterner stuff. I don't know, maybe when they specifically wanted to eat elves and I came out and tried to feed them elf food instead. That was really adventurous and pretty stern. But there wasn't too much else that I felt like I was
You're
doing
embodying the
above and beyond the normal person to be an adventurer. My goal was to get this loot back to town, though, and I definitely did that. And I was really glad it wasn't like spend this loot or like buy something nice. It was just get it back to town.
yeah.
So that gets Persona.
Yeah.
We're actually getting it.
Oh, the
So-
crippler.
So I've revealed the crippler.
Oh,
This is basically what you're looking at. Seriously,
Oh.
guy not to be trifled with.
Oh yeah.
that's a
He's-
wizard.
Yeah,
great.
and he's a wizard. Yeah, exactly.
Instinct this time was always be close to Linus, which was fine, but nothing came of it. I think. So just the one persona for me, I think, this time.
This guy's also technically a war criminal, but that's fine.
I mean,
And
What good wizard isn't? Let's be real.
Yeah.
What good wizard isn't a war criminal?
Nice. Cool. I think that's our individual.
Yeah. Okay. Then all we have are group awards. These are once again all persona worthy. So we're first off is MVP, the one with the clutch roll.
Clearly, the haggling.
Yeah, the haggling roll, clutch for the best
I
roll.
think probably Bryn, like the
Buying the time?
Persuade.
Bugbear,
What was
yeah.
it?
Like,
Yeah,
I think that was
Bryn.
huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure.
That would have been bad. Okay.
Right.
Workhorse, person who helped the most.
I think it was Linus. Well, the having the wolf's bane, like it's all about having like the stuff and doing like the weird work, and making the supplies, and like it. I know it's the same encounter, but like Bryn needed something to
Offer, bargain.
and-
Yeah, barter.
and Linus is like, hold on, I'll make this thing and make this thing and put it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was well argued, well put forth.
Yeah.
I'd agree.
Sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Definitely. I agree too. Last is embodiment. Embodiment's the person who played up their character the most. Person who played up their conditions, which we don't have any.
I think Basil Epi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The interactions with the priestess were
Yeah, that was
Well, that and the whole like stable scene. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sirica Woslani is the priestess name.
Okay.
Nice.
We should write that down.
is this the one that
How do you spell
multiple
it?
people can get?
Yeah, multiple people.
Because I think Bryn was also had really good scenes. She was in each scene really showing her style of going through the world. You know, it was very methodical and to character, I thought.
Awesome. Thank you. I will accept. Gimme persona. Thank you.
And
Trying to think, there were definitely like other cool scenes with Cadence leading us back home, and like the little moment where I really like the flourish of Cadence writing his name and then writing like, here's how you sing it.
That's like
Yes.
not the notation.
Right.
That's
Like, I
true.
mean, I know that's a little thing, but like it's
That
so-
was pretty great.
It's
Yeah, I could go for Cadence as well. I'm good with
Yeah.
that.
I know we can't all get it, but
Yeah.
I
It's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It was good.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a very nice.
Yeah.
touch. Cool.
Sometimes town. So I know town phase is really supposed to be a time when you step back and like you don't really role play. It's a little bit more of like a meta kind of, the meta game aspect of the game, where we go back kind of as players and optimizing for the next adventures. But I do like incorporating a little bit more of those role playing scenes, giving fiction to what's going on with the roles. and that kind of stuff. So I appreciate you guys doing that. I know it's kind of slows it down, but I think it helps bring the place to life. So
yeah. I think also once we've done a thing once and we've kind of like encountered things there, I'd have no problem saying like, cool, we've been there, so we're gonna go back to market and buy more oil. We don't need to necessarily play out that scene.
Exactly.
Like each time we see a thing for the first time, it's really nice for you to have those flavors. So thank you as well for bringing the place to life.
Yeah.
The Crippler.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we should probably strategize over email about how we want to buy stuff, actually, because
We can work that out without having to spend a whole lot of time.
In game, trying to sort out who buys what.
All right, awesome. Yeah, so let's do some outros and get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
Epi, you first.
All right. I'm Epidai Ravishal. You can find me. You know what? The best thing to do right now is to go to dig1000holes.com and that very first blog post that you'll see has a newsletter, because I just made up a newsletter today that you can sign up for. And then I'll tell you what I'm doing personally in your email. That's how newsletters work. How about you, Sage? What are you up to?
Wow. So for folks like me who maybe just tried to do that, it's the number 1000.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Don't
sorry.
spell out dig a thousand. It's dig 1000 hole. Dig 1000 holes.
Oh, we did it.
Yeah.
I am so bad at URLs. Go on.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of URLs, after actually posting to Twitter, I plan to update Sniver the my website I can't even pronounce sometime later with a collection of some of the things that I tweeted about. But I think
the cool kids call it deepgnome.com.
Yeah. It's deepgnome.com. It has a subtitle of like talking to rocks about games and stuff, which is a deep cut for
That's good.
URL. There'll actually be some new content there at some point. And you can always find me on Twitter and Mastodon and all that stuff. I got a pretty easy to find name. And hey, you might actually see something other than retweets. Look at that social media game.
I know, this is like contagious.
I know. I used
like
to be
on
active, and I like had kids, and now it's just like, oh, I'll retweet that. Sean, where can we find you?
I'm Sean Nittner everywhere, but since we're all pumping websites, there's SeanNittner.com. I've been catching up on my AP reports. I was way behind, but luckily I had notes and pictures and VODs to go off of, so I'm catching up on those. And you can also check me out on Twitch at Actual Play, and coming up with some games of Girl by Moonlight and Agon and more Blades as well. So lots of fun stuff over there. And how about you, Virgil? Where do we find your cool stuff?
You can find my cool music over at soundcloud.com/Zircon5. If you take the end of that URL, you can put it on a Twitch website as well. Twitch.tv/Zircon5 will bring you to my Twitch, where I don't do a lot of streaming lately. Every once in a while I get a bug though and I start streaming something. But I do host when I'm doing fun role play shows with beautiful people like this. Other than that, if you want to see what I retweet, I do a little bit of original work too. But that's at Virgil Levinger. And then that's it for me. What about you, Eric? Do you want to call?
Yeah. This is my channel. I'm EricVulgaris on Twitter and YouTube. I also have a website as well. I'm ericvulgaris.com. I write up more of my actual plays of the games I do in real life, which are few and far between these days. But I also do that, and I also, if you want overlays and things like that, I design overlays. If you want that stuff, and details are there. So, anyways, that's what I do. We're done. Episode 7 is complete. We come back for more Town Phase, and then we're probably going to leave and go back into the caves. It's going to be super fun. So we'll probably see you guys, I think, next week, episode 8. So don't go anywhere. Mark it on your calendars, and we will see you then. So take care, everybody. We're out of here.
Have a good night.
Night all.
Yep.